Welcome to Wagner Academy. This is question number 10. It says, which is an irrational number? So what does this word mean? Irrational number. This means it's not rational. You can't, in other words, you can't write the number as a fraction, something called a terminating decimal. That's a fancy way to say that it stops somewhere. Think of the Terminator. He stopped people's lives, I guess you could say. Terminating fractions are fractions that stop. So terminating decimals, I should say, excuse me. Terminating decimals or repeating decimals. And I say all of these things. If you can write it as a fraction, you can write it as either a terminating or repeating decimal. If you can write it as a terminating or repeating decimal, you can also write it as a fraction. All that said, that eliminates this one. This is a fraction. Doesn't matter that it's negative, it's still going to be a fraction. And this one, I can write as a fraction. I could put it over 1. That's not going to work. So it's between these two. The square root of a number is what we have here. The square root of a number is just what number times itself equals the number under that symbol, under the square root symbol. So this one is exactly 3, which you can write as 3 over 1. That effectively eliminates that one, leaving this as our only possibility. If you were to put this into a calculator, which you can't for the sake of the CST, but just to show you what it would equal, the square root of 5 is, you notice here, 2.236, and so on. Notice that there's no repeating of digits here, and there's no actual stop to it. It doesn't actually stop right here. This is just where the calculator rounded it off to, because it can't show you decimals. It can't show you an infinite number of decimals. That's what I'm trying to say there. So it's going to round it off somewhere, but notice no repeating, no real stopping point, no terminating. In other words, square root of 5, that is an irrational number.